Yo, welcome to another edition of Madden Simulation, Week 15. Unfortunately, last week Madden did not get it right with Dallas at Washington. They thought Washington was going to get the W, but Dallas instead got it. This week, we're doing a AFC divisional, AFC. An AFC matchup with playoff implications. We got the Denver Broncos hosting the Cincinnati Bangles. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy some football.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies.
Also, we are now recording on Xbox Series X. Had some issues. Up till now, I was using the Xbox One because that's what I had to start the season with.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, our matchup here in this one, as so many do, revolves around the quarterback position. We've got an interesting pairing.
Unfortunately, my Xbox One of
Teddy Bridgewater of the Broncos.
We do indeed. It's something I'm going to be watching for. Okay, come on. We want to see this. Let's get this game started. So you'll get to see some the features in the Xbox Series version, I guess.
And off we go from Denver. To return it, Darius Phillips. And good coverage there on special teams.
Just a long day
time to see the Bengals offense go to work and leading them out the number one overall.
But here we are. We're now relaxing. We're watching Madden to see how Madden can.
And what a rookie season he had indeed.
Different
knocked him out in week 11
brands make a difference, I guess.
And while the Bengals only won 2 of his 10 starts, I think everyone around the league and anyone who watched the NFL came away impressed. 13 touchdowns,
I'm crossing my fingers.
Nearly 270 yards a game
this recording is working. I know last week got a little.
Here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
I know last week I forgot.
The former second
I was all over the place, but
nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple of
what's up.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
But
on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
I'm not sure what I'm trying to fight off.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It's going to lead him to 3rd down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now it's Burrow.
Oh, come on, bro.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
Oh.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs.
So let's go and see how okay, both teams are what, 7-6. Right now on the outside, looking into the playoff. We're at one point, both teams had the best record in not just the AFC, but the NFL maybe. Talk about that for a little bit, how Cincinnati and Denver got to where they are today.
Look at their 8th-year quarterback, his first season as a Bronco, though, Teddy Bridgewater.
And of course, I mean, also we learned the heartbreaking news of was it Demarius Thomas lost his life. Not sure if they said cause of death yet, but still, 33 years old, and I'm pretty sure he was going to be turning 34. His birthday hasn't come up because he was born in '87. So he was just shy of his 34th birthday.
And a hard lead tackler. It's second down.
Oh.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
That is not what I said. I gotta look that. I want to know that right now. I want surname. Give me these.
2nd and 9.
Is it DY? Pretty sure it's DY.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And
there
you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection.
Yeah, oh man, his birthday's Christmas. He would have been 24 on Christmas Day.
He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater.
Oh, and he's sacked.
He'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard
coming
in and dropping for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
I said he was found dead at his home in Georgia.
In fact, when we
He had experienced health problems following a car crash in 2019. Police said the death was attributed to a medical issue. Okay, so
offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Just, you know, sad news in Denver. Actually, the first play was it first play from scrimmage. They only sent out 10 people in honor of him. So
possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the
it
field
hits
here
kind of
for
hard
their
because
second
I mean he's
drive.
around my age group.
He's
He's
just a little bit of the edge
a year
after
older than me.
back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense.
Like, wow.
They want to see somebody break away,
and
whether it's through the air or on the ground.
It's awkward.
Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach,
those,
can you hang in there
those
and
players,
not try and force something?
They're around my age, and like, it's hard to believe that now all these players that are getting in the league right now are 10 years younger than me. 10, 15, and it's just like, wow. Age just hits you real fast. But anyways, let's look at how Cincinnati and Denver got to where they
How
at.
about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys,
both teams are playing in competitive divisions where all 4 teams within their division, well now in the West,
the big play to start them out.
Out of the 8 teams between the AFC North and the AFC West, only 1 team has a losing record, and that's the Las Vegas Raiders. And what they did last week, well, I mean, they had it coming, I guess. Having a pregame speech on the Chiefs logo at midfield. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, they got their butts handed to them. And I mean, there was a lot of butt whooping last week.
Picks up 3 on that carry.
And
left, it's Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here.
anyway, so we're going to look at Cincinnati. Right now, let me look at this real quick. Cincinnati has a tiebreaker over Denver due to
we saw the result, negative yardage.
Conference games. But with this head-to-head matchup, obviously the winner will have the tiebreaker if it comes down head-to-head. But right now, Cincinnati is 9th and Denver is 10th in the playoff standings. Buffalo is also 7-6 with Cleveland, but Buffalo has the tiebreaker over all 4 of those teams. So, but anyways, we'll start with Cincinnati, who last year, you know, they got their quarterback. Hopefully their franchise quarterback with Joe Burrow. And now
number 2,
and
moving
he's
around
coming off
pretty
what?
good considering the
MCL?
seriousness of his
ACL?
injury last year. If you're a defensive coordinator here, what do you try to do to slow Joe
he
Burrow
hasn't been
down?
quite lights out, but Cincinnati has had up and down season. I mean, they started the season hosting the Minnesota Vikings, and they were just beating the crap out of the Vikings, and the Vikings were making a comeback, forced overtime, but Cincinnati prevailed, won in overtime. Week 2, though, they went to Chicago, lost a close game. Week 3, they showed their dominance. They went to Pittsburgh and beat the living crap out of the Steelers, and that was the big eye-opener. It's like, whoa, is this team for real, or is it just early in the season? So they were 2-1. They had a close game on Thursday night against the Jags. Had it come down to the last-second field goal, so they're 3-1. 3-1 to start season, 3-1 to start season. Then they host Green Bay. And
now Burrow.
Oh! And we semi-know how that game went. It was back and forth, but then it came down to a field goal kicking contest where, I should put it this way, Cincinnati tied the game late. It was 22-22. And, plenty of time left. And I think it was under a minute left in the game. And Packers had no timeouts. I think they had no timeouts. And it's like, man, we saw what happened in San Francisco with no timeouts, and Green Bay had the ball. And they moved the ball very efficiently. And I think Crosby already missed one field goal early in the game.
From the 13 now,
they get in field goal range. Crosby tries a field goal I think it was in regulation, and he missed. And he went to overtime. And both kickers missed field goal attempts. And I think Green Bay had a chance to win overtime first. Did they force Cincinnati? Whatever. Green Bay had a chance to win. Crosby missed. Cincinnati had a chance to win. He missed. Crosby then went in overtime. So on this, there was like 4 straight missed field goals in that game. Nobody wanted to win. But okay, so Cincinnati was 3-2. Then they went to Detroit. They took care of Detroit. They went to Baltimore. They manhandled Baltimore. So what is that? That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 5-2 now. And then Halloween happened. They're 5-2. And they go to New York, take on the Jets, and the Jets somehow sneak out a victory, so they're 5-3 heading into November. They take on Cleveland. Cleveland just beats the crap out of them. Let's go. Okay, so they lost 2 in a row. So they're 5-4 at that point. They head to Vegas, 6-4. They beat, They host the Steelers. They beat them. That's where they were 7-4. They were 7-4 heading into December. Okay. A back-to-back loss, a blowout by the Chargers, and an overtime loss to San Francisco. And they're 7-6 now. So they had their swings. They're like a pendulum. They're up, so they had it down. But they've lost more than they've won to start the season. We're 15 weeks in. They were 5-2 at one point. After the first 7 games. And then have gone 2-4-6. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Because we're all done with byes. So that's how their season has gone. Started high, got low, got high again. Now they're on a 2-game skid. Now Denver, on the other hand,
after the touchdown, here's
that's how Denver season started.
On the return, Phillips.
They host the New York Giants, easy win. They host the Jags, another easy win. They host the Jets. They went to New York, okay, whatever. They host the Jets. They shut them out. They're up 3-0. They started season 3-0. Boom. But then they got blown out by the Ravens. They lost a close one to Baltimore. They lost to the Raiders. They lost to the Browns. They lost 4 in a row. They went from 3-0 to 0-4 to become 3-4. Okay, first 7 games is 3-4. Now, they're 7-6. You know what they have done since? They've been 3-2 since. They beat Washington.
That's a nice run right
they went to Denver, or they went to Dallas, Big D, and they took care of the Cowboys. But then the Broncos host the Eagles, and Eagles smoked them. Then they pull an upset over the Chargers. But then they took on the Red Hot Chiefs, and the Chiefs beat them.
Here's Burrow.
And then last week they took care of Detroit easily. So, same thing. Started out hot, they cooled down, and we got hot again. So we'll see. It was a big game. That's why I picked this to simulate.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
So I'm expecting a good game between these two teams.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
So Denver, oh man, Mixon, there's a big old hole, you cut right through there. Come on.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
But some other big news that's going on through the NFL right now. Urban Meyer was finally let go. He was fired from Jacksonville, and just a that's just a big hot mess down there in Jacksonville. I have no idea why they decided to go with Urban Meyer to begin with. Okay? I mean, personally, I don't really care for the guy, but the whole he hasn't coached this is his first pro head coaching job. Didn't even make it through the entire season. There was so much controversy at the beginning of the season.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will
he hasn't coached in 5 years maybe. Because the last coaching gig he had was in Ohio State. And it just felt so odd. And so this is now the 2nd coaching vacancy right now. You got Vegas, John Gruden stepping down, and now Meyer being fired. And you had the whole rumor oh, Matt Nagy's going to get fired too on Thanksgiving.
Eluding the pressure right. They'll have a first down past the 40.
Obviously, that's not happening. Matt Nagy, this is only going to be the first. This year's the first time he's going to redshirt a losing season. His first 3 seasons, he was what? 12-4, 8-8. Okay. And so he just recorded his 9th loss this season, guaranteed loss, and he's made the playoffs twice. So. I don't see everyone's calling for Matt Nagy to get fired in Chicago. I don't know. It's not going to happen before the end of the season.
Here for 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun.
You know, last week,
midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
Look at Chicago.
Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leads them with a 2nd and 3.
They can still finish.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy this caliber who runs like this early.
They played Minnesota this Monday. And we all know how Kirk Cousins does on Monday Night Football, but yet he finally broke that. Was that 2 years ago? Or was it last year against the Bears?
They run it here with Gordon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him
I know
down
I'm
right
jumping
at the line
around,
of
going from
scrimmage.
Urban Meyer to
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a
I mean, who else is going to be on the hot seat? I know Nagy is.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough to run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even
I'm not
snapped.
sure who else
A
is going to be
great
on the hot
job of
seat.
scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path.
So I mean, the Bears last 4 games. I mean, Minnesota, that's plausible, especially how they play against the Packers. If they play against Minnesota like they did against the Packers, they can easily beat Minnesota. Seattle's all warming up in college. Is this the end of Pete Carroll? The Giants, they can beat the Giants, and then they play Minnesota again at the end of the season. I guess that makes sense because if the Packers play Detroit.
Here's Sam Martin
So,
now,
I mean,
as he'll
in
kick
all
it
honesty,
away
those
for
are
the
all 4
second time.
winnable games. Ooh.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And then,
And on the
okay,
last
so
go-around, they really couldn't get anything.
Urban Meyer got fired, Matt Nagy's on the hot seat, and then I don't know who else will be on the hot seat, really. I mean, Pete Carroll might just retire. Or step down after season. I don't know. I'm not certain.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Oh, is it? Who's the coach?
Burrow and the
Minnesota's
Bengals
coach
with
might be
a
on the hot
first and
seat,
10
but
at their own 20-yard line.
the other thing on the hot seat is
They'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
is this past, earlier in the week, the number of positive COVID tests in the NFL was a record high for 1 week, and it just keeps adding on. I mean, several teams have had their facilities. Better see all 3 coordinators enter protocol. See even coaches. And speaking of that, now Kenny Clark from the Green Bay Packers, he's entered COVID protocol.
From the gun to give to Mixon.
But see, my question is, is it the season? Or are they just, I mean, I don't know how, I know how they test, and some of these could be false positives, but I mean, how much is it the weather, and that it could be a cold, I don't know if it's flu, and just triggering it. I mean, I'm sure they do it detected, but I don't know. It's
sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position.
Let's see. Washington's list goes to 21 players, and they had 3 more. And I mean, they just played Dallas, and Dallas had, I mean, Mike McCarthy just got off the COVID list.
Yeah, the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles
I don't know. This score just feels like it's taking forever, but it could be just me. My long go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow.
He's running with it.
Right.
Okay, Washington football team. This is from ESPN. This goes to 21 players with 3 more. Washington has placed 17 players on the COVID list this week, including 8 on Wednesday, 3 more on Thursday, including total of 21. Prepares to play Philly on Sunday. Both teams are 6 and 7. Washington's holding the 7 playoff spot. I mean,
Burrow looking to pass. Dances by him. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Let's see if I can find some more information on that. And
CD, we have seen some
we
great
all know
runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5.
For the most part, all season, COVID has laid low. Yes, there's been some high-profile names that have tested positive and missed some games, like Aaron Rodgers is the highest profile one. Where you've had like
first and 10 now in Denver territory.
Kirk Cousins, like if I impersonation of the guy who died because he doesn't want to get vaccinated. Rodgers claims he can't, but he's immunized and other homeopathic options.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
Yeah, Seattle's Lockett among pair of COVID list. And that's another high-profile name in my mind.
From the shotgun, Joe
And now the NFL is going to allow unlimited number of practice squad members being signed. Either to the practice squad or something else. Because the NFL doesn't want to. They really don't want to make teams forfeit. They don't want to reschedule games. They don't want to.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control.
You make a team, you make shift a team, and you bring them out here. And it's like, well, if they just had the flu or the sniffles, they'd be playing. Let's be honest. And how many of these players could be asymptomatic? They just test positive because they get tested daily and weekly, throughout the entire season.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up.
So. And this is the annoying part. We want to live our lives like we did prior to the pandemic. But obviously we can't because of all these different protocols that are in place to try to prevent the spread and slow the spread. But I'm not saying it's not helping, not saying it's not working. And they're trying to push people to get vaccinated. And if more and more people get vaccinated, less likely that stuff will spread. But there's some people that just don't want to get vaccinated and they'll take their chances, but that's what happens. That you won't get that paycheck.
Now Joe Mixon.
What I mean?
Pushes way down to about the 12.
It's
a 7-yard carry to set them
can't
up with a second
wait.
and 3.
Unfortunately, it's not going anywhere. COVID's here and it's going to stay. Okay, it's just how we treat it, how we react to it, and how we try to contain it. And at some point, the back to normal isn't going to happen. We're going to be reverting to the new norm, and whatever the new norm may be. It's like California, there. Oh! Will he go all the way? No.
And the Broncos are going to take over once again.
California's introducing a mask mandate
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one
next 30 days,
knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually taking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back
and
on
the
this
Super Bowl supposed to be in California this year, so
they didn't get points on that drive. This could cost them.
And I'm sorry, this is my personal opinion.
And the Broncos ready to go on
like I said,
offense.
COVID's here, it's here to stay. You can try and combat it. If you want to get vaccinated, get vaccinated. If you don't, be cautious. I mean, it's the same thing with the flu and the common cold that comes year in and year out. You don't want to get the flu shot, fine. Just, you have to deal with the repercussions. You catch the flu, you get deadly, severely, he's going to get severely ill. Well, it is what it is, but I mean, everyone's different. I mean, me personally, I don't usually get the flu shot. I have lately because of having kids and so forth. But beforehand, I never really got the flu shot. Not that I'm anti-vaxxer. It's just, I just took my chances. And,
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop the
Rams facility shut down. Jalen Ramsey's been added. Odell Beckham Jr. I saw that. And it's just crazy how long this list is. Oh man, it's just ridiculous. And I mean, like I said, we have 4 weeks left. 4 weeks left until we're down to 14 teams. And it's just like, 4 weeks left. We got, what's 32, 60, 64 games left in the regular season, I guess. 16 times 4 is 64. And 64 games left in the regular season. And you had wild card weekend, divisional round, championship. Do we really need a Pro Bowl? Are they really going to have a Pro Bowl? Maybe they'll just do what they did last year. Excuse me. And then we have Super Bowl. So we have 64 games in the regular season that they got to try and play out. And everyone that's on COVID right now, if the COVID list, if they're vaccinated, well, they'll be back in the week. If they're not vaccinated, well, they got to miss a week and a half.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon.
So, and they'll be back in time by the end of the regular season.
Just a 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
So that's 64, and then we had wild card weekend. That's 6 games there. Okay. Then we have divisional round. That's another 4 games. So that's 10. We have 2 championships, that's 12. And the Super Bowl is 13. So 13 plus 64 is 77?
They'll try and run for it. Here's
that sounds about right.
And he won't be close
we
to
have 77 games, meaningful games left that they have to try and get through without any more.
Well done to sniff that out
COVID's going to be a thing. Like I said, and we'll see how next year goes.
Because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys,
I mean,
made the play,
the world,
and he couldn't even get going moving the
unless
football.
the sun blew up tomorrow, or the core of the earth blew up. I don't know how that would work. If the super volcano in Wyoming blows up and the San Andreas Fault finally has that big one out in California, there's going to be a tomorrow. We know there's more important things in the world than football.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Some days I don't want to believe that, but because football helps me get through. Helps me get through the
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball space in some different ways here.
Nothing fancy on first down.
Oh, we still 7-0 game. Denver, I think. Cincinnati's trying to move the ball again. We had that great drive that just ended in a horrible interception.
He often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second.
Okay, we'll look at standings in a little bit. Oh, he's got room to run.
Here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right
around
37.
Yeah.
56 yards rushing for
I'm looking forward to these last 4 weeks. We got 2 weeks left in December, first 2 weeks in January. It just feels weird. Not just that it's an 18-week schedule, but it's just everything pushed back. I don't mind the first week in January to finish up the regular season, but then having 2 regular season games in January, it's like, whew. And then you're going to have what?
37 on first and 10.
Yeah. No, okay, championship Sunday's going to be in January.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 10.
Or 30th this year.
It'll bring up second.
These championship Sundays.
Now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven
I'm going to do double duties that week.
They had their way with this offensive
line. The AFC championship game and NFC championship game.
Different play calls. We've got
I got Jimos in there. That's gonna be fun. So we're gonna have double duty.
I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. Open man is Uzama.
Oh, what's this?
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open.
Oh, yeah, we got about 8 minutes left in the half. Let's go, Cup. Let's look at these standings. As usual, we start off in the AFC East, and I don't know.
And the Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far.
This sounds like the Packers a decade ago.
It's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep.
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, he dropped it.
Complete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground.
But New England is 9-4. They're top of the AFC East, followed by Buffalo at 7-6. Miami at 6-7, and the New York Jets bring up the rear at 3-10. In the AFC North, all 4 teams have a non-losing record. We have Baltimore at 8-5, Cleveland at 7-6, Cincinnati at 7-6, and Pittsburgh at 6-1. In the AFC South, we have Tennessee at 9-4, Indianapolis at 7-6, Houston at 2-11, and Jacksonville is also 2-11. Well, they don't have a new head coach. They have a new coach.
They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Then out west in the AFC, Kansas City 9-4, sitting at a 6-game win streak, the longest winning streak in the NFL right now. No, actually one behind New England. New England's won 7 in a row.
Start the drive on the ground. It's
and the LA Chargers are 8-5, Denver 7-6, and the Las Vegas Raiders 6-7.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up.
A tight race out in the AFC.
Left them no space to try and run. Really nice
handful
job
of teams
to the ball carrier.
They'll keep it on the ground.
Have good records.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up
in the
again
NFC.
at the line of scrimmage.
I'll read that real quick.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help.
Yeah,
Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Anyways, NFC East. Let's see this big 3rd down play with Cincinnati can.
To throw,
just a poorly designed screen.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where
So anyways, in the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys got back on the win ways, have a 2-game win streak, and they are 9-4. While Washington and Philadelphia are both 7-6 with a. That's another key matchup they have. These 2 teams, but I thought this was a little more better.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
And then the New York Giants are 4-9. In the NFC North, the Green Bay Packers are 10-3, followed by Minnesota at 6-7, Chicago 4-9, and Detroit Lions 1-11-1.
When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore.
In the NFC South, we have Tampa Bay 10-3, Atlanta, New Orleans both 6-7, and Carolina at 5-8. And then out west, which I thought was going to be the best division in all of football. And I was saying, I really thought all 4 teams were going to make the playoffs, but I really think Russell Wilson didn't break his finger.
Just a yard on the first down carry.
He didn't break it, dislocate his finger. I think they'd be a better team. But anyways, you have Arizona 10-3, LA Rams 9-4, San Francisco 7-6, and Seattle 5-8.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds.
And I mean, it's still possible for Seattle to finish with a winning record at 9
yards here, 5 on
and
the play.
That's going to be tough, though. So we're going to take a look at the playoff standings, and then scenarios. There were several teams that could clinch playoff spots.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
No, we look at that in a little bit. And it's all just COVID protocol. COVID protocol. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Good drink.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
You gotta drink that water. Drink lots of fluids. Flush your system out. That's I don't know how much water.
They'll call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
Drunk last night.
The offense as they take over. Denver's offense ready to go again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe down because three straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yes, you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting?
Anyways, let's take a look at the AFC playoff picture. Right now, sitting on top in the AFC is none other than New England. Who really saw this coming? Okay? We all know how good of a coach Bill Belichick is. That's why I truly believe Tom Brady's the system quarterback.
And he sneaks his way forward.
But I will say that he has evolved from that. Because if you look at Tom Brady's first 3 Super Bowl wins, he wasn't the one doing all the work. It was the defense, okay? And we saw what happened the next 2 Super Bowls he went to after that, okay? With him losing back-to-back Super Bowl appearances against who other than the New York Giants. But things turned around, and while it kind of helped that, oh yeah, that's right, the defense helped in Super Bowl 49. James White and the defense helped in Super Bowl 51. And the defense, oh yeah, once again helped in Super Bowl 53. They lost to 52. But anyways. Yeah, I give it up for Bill Belichick turning things around. And I mean, last 2020, I don't want to say put a big asterisk on it, but it was a complicated season. Because a bunch of their defensive players took a year off because of COVID. And they didn't want to risk it. But hey, we got their quarterback now. They're back on top of where they used to be. They're back where they were. So the Patriots, they're 9-4, they're on top. Tennessee, Kansas City, both 9-4. And Baltimore are your next 3 division leaders. And okay, the reason why New England has tiebreaker over Kansas City and Tennessee is conference games. Oh geez, New England's 7-1 within the conference. Tennessee 6-3, and Kansas City 4-4.
But he's taken by the tight end Fant. And he'll go down for getting this inside the 30.
No, Tennessee beat Kansas City head-to-head. That's why.
Nice play, Charles, from a very speedy quarterback.
And you can just see that whole play develop.
Then your 3 wildcard teams are the LA Chargers, Indianapolis, and Buffalo. And man, Indianapolis is doing much better than I thought. But thanks to Wisconsin alone.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, next gen stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there.
He attended Wisconsin. So I mean, can those
so they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10
players really
as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Really accept, say they're from
into the hands of Patrick left side.
From so-and-so college if they never graduated. I don't know. Anyways, but like I said, Buffalo would have the last wildcard spot. But like I said earlier, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Denver, they're all nipping. Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, Las Vegas, and Miami, they all are within a game of that final wildcard spot.
To the air again with Bridgewater. And this is going to be
so you have 13 teams still in the AFC, still fighting for those 7 spots. Okay? While the Jets, Houston, Jacksonville, they all been eliminated.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
They're in field goal range.
Bridgewater to throw it.
Oof.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And
we'll see what Denver decides to do. They're in field goal range. That's 37, 40.
And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play
48,
because of the angles of approach.
No, 48, 45.
When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic
44,
as well.
I think 44
I've got to be
yards
there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Snap, place, kick is up, and it is
the kick by McManus is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Maybe a little
So,
fortunate there.
now on the NFC side, playoff picture, you have Green Bay with the #1 spot at 10-3. But Tampa and Arizona are right behind them. The reason why Green Bay and Dallas is your other division leader. Excuse me. Green Bay has a tiebreaker over Tampa and Arizona based on conference records, and Tampa has a tiebreaker over Arizona based on strength of victories. I have to report 6-3 within the conference. Okay. Then you have Dallas and 4. Then the other wildcard teams are the LA Rams, San Francisco, and Washington. And unfortunately, Washington's 6-7.
These guys had to punt their last
They're
possession, and
losing
that's
record,
become
maybe
too
in the playoffs.
familiar of a
But
refrain. Too many of these drives
Minnesota,
just wound up
Philadelphia,
going
Atlanta, New Orleans, they're all a game behind Washington. They're all tied with Washington at 6-7. But Washington has the tiebreaker. I don't know how or why. But Carolina, Seattle, New York, and Chicago are all there, and only Detroit. The Lonely Lions.
Fake to mix it and now look to throw. Open man is
Is he off to the race? That'll take us to 2 more
They'll
rounds.
get this well past midfield before
And the
being
Lonely
stopped
Lions are the
just
only team
before
eliminated
the
from the
35.
NFC.
A big play
Last week I
time
went
on
over
the
the
catch
scenario what
and
needed to
run.
happen, but
We've hit
since
the
Minnesota
2-minute
won on
mark in the
Thursday night,
first half,
whoop,
10-0.
Detroit's hopes are vanished. So you got 15 teams alive in the NFC. You have 13 teams alive in the AFC. But, like I said, we have some scenarios. We'll do that. Look that up.
A couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando, and our good friend Jonathan Coachman.
Look that up
will run
real
through
quick
some of the numbers and the next-gen stats
before halftime.
First half of football so
Take a little breather, and then
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I
half.
see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Oh,
Obviously, red man covers
here
their partner, and he
is.
got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think.
mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And incomplete, he dropped it.
Where is it?
Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball. And he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Straight from the source from NFL.com.
Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Oh, we got
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Big third down for Cincinnati.
Gain there on second down. That was a
within the red
positive
zone.
play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Okay, so
again, it's Burrow.
oh, he's got the first down. Was it? They got 3 timeouts. I maybe have to use this one now.
And the Bengals are
Okay, so in the AFC,
try to finish off this drive with 6
clinch
points.
none.
Now
New
the
England
Bengals going to use the first of
can
their
clinch a
timeouts
playoff berth with a win.
as they get the
Plus
stoppage with just
Miami
under 50
lost their tie,
seconds
Cleveland
remaining in
lost,
half
Baltimore
number
lost,
1.
Cincinnati lost, Kansas City lost. Those 3, all those teams have to lose, or New England wins,
First and goal,
and
they got to be thinking a chance
Miami
to get
loses their
right
ties.
back into this
Cleveland lost,
football
Baltimore
game.
lost, Denver loses, and
Now it's
the
Burrow.
Chargers lose, or oh man, I'm not going through all this.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So, New England has the possibility to clinch playoffs. There are other complex scenarios for New England that involve multiple ties and strength of Tennessee can clinch the South with a win and an Indy loss.
They've
That's
been
it.
in the red
Those are the only 2
zone
teams
3
that
times
can
in this
clinch
game
playoff
and
berths
have not
this
scored a
weekend.
single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
And New
To
England
the
and
air
Indianapolis do
again,
play this
Burrow.
weekend. this Saturday. In the NFC, no one has clinched, but Arizona can clinch a playoff berth with a win, which they could have done this past week, but or a tie. They could win or tie. Or New Orleans loses and ties, Minnesota loses or ties, or New Orleans loses or ties, and Philadelphia, Washington ends in a tie, or I'm not going to hear all this. Dallas can clinch the East with a win and a Washington Philly tie, or Dallas wins, Washington loses, and Dallas clinches a victory over Philly. They can clinch a playoff berth, though. Dallas can clinch a playoff berth with a win, New Orleans tie, winner, loss or tie, or Dallas wins and San Francisco loses, and a few other scenarios. I ain't going to all that. So Dallas can clinch a playoff berth. Green Bay, Arizona can clinch a playoff berth. Green Bay can clinch a playoff. Can clinch the North with a win or tie, or Minnesota loses or tie. So I mean, we'll know if Green Bay wins, they clinch the North once again. They can clinch a playoff berth though if they lose.
They haven't done very well.
If New Orleans loses or ties, San Francisco loses or and there's a handful of scenarios. So I don't want to go into that far deep. Tampa Bay, well, the Rams can clinch a playoff berth with a win. New Orleans loses or ties, and Minnesota loses or ties, and there's
to return it. Here's Deontay Spencer. And able to get this across the 20.
And then Tampa Bay is the only other team that can clinch a playoff berth. They can win the South with a win. Playoff berth with a Minnesota loses, loss and ties, San Francisco loss and ties, some other ones. Hey, there we go. So Tampa Bay.
Just looking to mount a drive here that ends
Tampa,
in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey,
Arizona, Dallas, Green Bay, and Arizona, Dallas, Green Bay, and Tampa Bay all become division winners this weekend potentially. And the LA Rams can clinch a playoff berth. Can Arizona? No, Arizona cannot win the West. They can clinch a playoff berth. While New England and Tennessee can clinch playoff berths. So that's 5 in the NFC and 2 in the AFC. So that leaves 2 in the NFC and 5 in the AFC. And it is what it is. So we'll leave it at that. Let's see how. See, we got. Oh no, that should be the end of the first half. And I will be right back.
So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Cincinnati. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. On the return is Spencer. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
looks like I didn't miss much.
Bridgewater. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing.
So we got Denver's up by 7 at the
and they're route running savvy.
Coming out of halftime.
Working
and they
with
got the ball
2nd and
first.
5 now.
You got this on? I'm always concerned about
To throw is Bridgewater.
where I have the mic.
Throw right side.
Now let's take a look at this NFL just COVID protocols from Bleacher
I think
Report.
that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Oh, that nice crack on my
36
thumb.
now. 1st and 10.
This stupid weather we have.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production
Oh
from their lead
man,
horse,
I am just
that would help open up this
exhausted
offense and
and
widen this
long
margin
day.
too.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and
Get that
7.
protocol in a little bit.
Gordon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Ooh, got put some lotion on my hands.
Tough
Okay,
right
so
there, and it's been that way the
here
entire
is the
game.
NFL's updated
Not a whole lot
COVID
of
policy.
room to
Mask,
ramble for him.
regardless
Yeah,
of
you're right. It's been that
vaccination
way
status.
all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Remote or outdoor meetings. No in-person meals. No outside visitors on team travel. Strongly encourage booster shots. Okay.
A nickel look now
Adjust
for the
return
Bengals as they
requirements
try to
for
stop him
returning
here on
after
3rd
COVID.
down.
Okay. Is that it?
Here's Bridgewater. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Woo!
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession
They have knee
of
surgery,
this second
expect to miss
half.
the rest of
And
the
their
regular
defense
season.
did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
That's like how
I think
last
partly
year
you
we
can
had
sense
this
them
debate
saying,
who's the
okay,
better
the first
wideout.
half was theirs, but now let's
Devontae
get the
Adams
momentum
or
back on
DeAndre
our side.
Hopkins.
We
And
forced the punt.
Hopkins
Now
is
let's
like,
go
I'm the
downfield and
better
score.
receiver.
If we do that,
And
we'll be
you
set
got
up
the one
well for
reporter
the
asked
second half.
Devontae Adams like, yeah, you gotta consider it. I'm the best receiver in the league. And like, we'll find out at the end of this year if he gets his money, like, if he gets paid the way he wants to get paid. Because his contract's up in Green Bay. He can get an extension before the season started. And since the season started, he's like, I ain't focused on that. It's, let's get through the season and we'll go from there. And that's the thing is, I don't care too much about
I'm going to
DeAndre
follow
Hopkins
right
this year.
along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's got a Bengals first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling.
What's this about Frank Gore?
Right there, he ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Frank Gore is zeroed in on boxing and Drayon Williams fight, but still harbors Super Bowl dream. Oh, jeez. Yeah. So Frank Gore, who's 3rd on the all-time rushing list, I think, behind
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Walter Payton and Emmitt Smith.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he puts his head
feels
down
so-
and gets up to
feels
the
so
42
weird
for a gain of
and
about
awkward.
6.
Stays third all time.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Simulating that game, Cardinals-Cowboys in Week 17, because that's going to be a big one, especially in the playoff race. I mean, if the Cowboys have the East locked up, they're still trying to get the rankings, seeding, and it's going to be a good one.
Joe Burrow.
Old NFC East
There's a
showdown.
caught by Uzama and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
On 3rd down, Mixon, and he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
What instead?
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
He's looking at my fantasy team right now.
Here's Burrow.
The sun must have set here in Denver.
That's Morgan. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Whatever. Here's the funny thing. Okay, so my kicker's starting to, here's the funny thing. So, okay, no one likes to hear anyone else talk about their fantasy, but since I'm not sure what else to talk about before we get to predictions, which I do in the 4th quarter, review the games and how I am, give my 2 cents on who's going to win this weekend.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those.
Since no one wants to hear anyone else talking about their fantasy teams, that's all it is. It's fantasy. You know, I've been playing fantasy football on Yahoo.com for since 06. Not even longer than that. Like 4, I think.
Now Burrow.
Like 4 sounds all right. So I remember, I think, 2004.
There was a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the
sitting on the
sideline.
bench.
And for defenders,
Just because I'm a Packer backer and I want Packers quarterback.
Those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It
And
went to the
3
defense's
or 7
advantage on that
records at
play.
you.
Throwing again, it's Burrow.
For New Orleans, it must have been 06.
Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
But anyways,
yards, all they could
so
muster there,
this
and it'll bring up
last
4th
few
down.
years,
We can make this
5,
one pretty
6 seasons
simple.
now,
Locked
maybe
up
I've
all
done
his
live drafts.
progressions
Before then I
downfield,
just did
forced to get
auto
it to his
drafts,
running
so
back.
forth, but no.
But how about the way they ran to the
Okay, so what we got here? We got
knocked it down to force a 4th down.
4-yard field goal attempt, and it's short.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short.
Bam.
The score will stay right where
Yahoo
it is.
predicted I'd go
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously
0-15.
that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams
And
coaches in the NFL.
where am I right now?
What
Oh, that's
separates
right.
the
I'm
kickers in the NFL
in 4th
versus the ones who
place.
are not? It's not the
That's
misses.
7-7.
It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league,
And
they don't miss 2 in a row.
haven't
He's
made
got to
too
get his head
many
back together in case he gets another
changes
shot.
throughout the year. And if I win this weekend, I make the playoffs. But it's going to be tough. I think he's got. Oh, yes. And he hasn't switched
So
his
the long
defense
field
yet.
goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the
I just have to get my
43.
lineup set.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on
And
1st down.
I always feel like
And across midfield
doing
he
when
goes
I do
into
my
Bengal
fantasy drafts, I always feel like
41 yards rushing for him
I
now in the ball
hate.
game.
Well, no matter how they
How
phrase
should I
it,
put it?
staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards at
Sometimes
first down, that
I
fits
do
the
feel
bill.
like I'm a day late and die short. And like I know who I'm picking, I know who I like, but that's one thing I want to do some research in the off season. And which teams play who and so forth. I remember the 1 year I had Sean McCoy, I think Jamal Charles, and DeMarco Murray. And McCoy and Charles, they were 1 and 2, okay? And DeMarco Murray, he was a distant third. And like, you know what? Next year I want DeMarco Murray. I ain't gonna try to get LeSean McCoy or Jamal Charles because I know everyone else is gonna try to get DeMarco Murray. And of course,
the second half is better for him than
hell of
the
a
first
season
half.
that
They
year.
gotta find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
But then he tapered off, especially when he signed with Philly.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Gordon. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance.
Okay.
In a nice game like that,
What we got?
you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back
5.5 minutes
essentially
left
the same play
in the
again,
third.
continue to move the ball on the ground, or you
Denver's
can
on
decide to
the
throw the
march.
ball on that because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Another
They keep
handoff
it on the
to
ground again. Gordon.
Melvin
He's got
Gordon.
the
I
first
thought
as
he
they
would
bring
be.
him down
I
at the
really thought he would be the
28-yard
one to finally break free from
Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but
make it big in the
It's a
NFL.
moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
You know,
we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have
Wisconsin
said,
he
go
went
for
to
it.
UW, and Wisconsin has produced so many great college running backs. Okay, with
So
Ron
following the
Dane,
run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Archie,
Now a handoff
Amici,
here to his running
Archie
back.
Amici.
And inside the 20
He
before
got
he's
the game-winning
brought
touchdown
down.
in the greatest game ever played.
He finds his way to the secondary again on this
Baltimore
drive. They
calls
want to
over
try and
New
get
York
him
Giants.
down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? Third level run, first level being the D line and linebacker, second level in the secondary, the
Remember
third.
correctly, I could
When
be
you
just
block
talking
it
on
up
my
well, you make the
butthole.
secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a
But yet,
defense.
Ron Dane, early 2000s, but he was drafted by the Giants and he did not perform that well. And Tiki Barber got better.
1st and 10.
And then, like, his best
From the red zone now,
his best
Bridgewater.
career day was Thanksgiving for Denver.
And he can't get
I
rid of
believe.
it. He's taken down. Now
I
after that
remember he
last
had a
play, there's
hell of a game
Bengal
for the
down
Broncos
the
on
field.
Thanksgiving, if
We'll
I
step
memory serves
aside
correct.
and get a report when we come back to
And
Denver.
just, it just didn't turn out for him in the pros. Okay? Then it would be years later, well over a decade later, when you had Monte Ball. It looked like Monte Ball had a chance. He was drafted by the Broncos, and he just underperformed as well. He had a few good games here and there, but he just didn't do well. Okay? Then James White. He's actually had a mediocre pro career. Okay, he got lucky, he got drafted by the Patriots. He's already a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and he's been used a lot. He should have been MVP of Super Bowl 51. Game-winning touchdown in overtime there. And
ninth play of the drive now.
he has
third
a
and a
decent
country mile.
career, but it wasn't really through the ground. It's mainly been catch and run.
And he will find his
And
man.
then you got Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon got drafted by the Chargers. And I think
I'll tell you
missed
what,
his
this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right
second
now.
half
They've
of
come out
his
here in the
season.
third quarter,
He was
possessed the ball
hurt
for quite a
injured.
while. And
And
they keep on
I truly think,
converting. Nice pitch
because
and
the
catch
Dallas
there to
Cowboys,
set
they
up the
drafted
first and goal.
Ezekiel Elliott first in that draft. And with that offensive line that Dallas had, and if Melvin Gordon went to Dallas, I think he would have had a better career than he has right now. But I mean, I suppose he's found some retrievance in the Mile High City in Denver, and I'm happy for him. He had a decent career in San Diego, LA with the Chargers, but big mistake was when he decided to hold out, and he held out. And his replacement, well, he was he showed why running backs are expendable.
Williams.
And
he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
Running back position.
They struggled to get him
I mean, you saw what happened with Le'Veon Bell. He sat all year because he wanted to get paid. Because I mean, he was being used more than just a running back. He was a running back. He was a receiver. Blocker.
Especially as we get deeper in the game.
Swiss Army knife.
Oh,
they gave it to him.
Touchdown reception.
So I mean,
that seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent late drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off as you noted, which means they can get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to. And you gave your defense some rest.
But that was Melvin Gordon
in that situation.
And,
extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 17-3.
Corey Clement, he was a rookie with the Eagles the year they won it. I know another name, Dare Greenbawale. I think he's still with Jacksonville. He was originally with Tampa Bay, but then they cut him when they picked up Leonard Fournette, and Dare went to Jacksonville. So I think Goombawale is still with Jacksonville. Not exactly sure, but then you got Jonathan Taylor, who is just a speed demon, and just what's the word in the book?
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Statistically speaking, the greatest 3-year span in college football history.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
If he would have stayed for his senior season, he would have had the most rushing yards in
now the Cincinnati
college
offense
football
ready to
history,
see what they can do
NCAA history.
Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board.
That's all besides the point.
We've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now?
He didn't have a bad rookie season, but he was lackluster. He came on strong in the second half of his rookie season. And then this year, boom, he just out of the gates.
91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Get up the stats.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Derrick Henry has been out for been more than 5 weeks, maybe 5 weeks now, and he's still he's 4th on the list for rushing yards.
So
Jonathan Taylor now leads the league with 1348. Followed by Joel Mixon at 1036. Dalvin Cook at 978. Derrick Henry 937.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Was that the last game he played?
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play. Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Let me see this.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
He's missed 6 weeks.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
And he's still 4th on the rushing list.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds.
That's just crazy.
The throw didn't give him a chance to turn
Tom
it
Brady's
upfield,
the
and
only
that brings
quarterback
up
so far
second
over
down.
4,000 yards
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something
never
to
had a
build on
quarterback
and maybe
that
turn
has
the
led the
tide.
league in passing yards
Now, third quarter action in
and
Denver.
won the Super Bowl the same year.
From the gun to give to Mixon.
And
down
right
he
now,
goes
Tom
at the
Brady
49,
leads the league
a
in
3-yard
passing yards.
pickup.
Cup has the most receiving yards at 1489. Justin Jefferson at 1288. Adams at 1204.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver.
With 16.
It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here
4 games
as we get rolling in quarter number 4.
You need 7 sacks.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Burrow looking to pass.
Oh,
find his
he's at the
running back,
20.
Joe Mixon.
No.
And down to the 11. A big play there for Cincinnati.
With 9 receptions.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his
Let's see how
hands
this
out of
drive
the
goes,
backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive
See if,
perspective about
Cincinnati can pull
scheming
within,
and finding ways to take away the
touchdown.
run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him
Get
run,
back from
and
the
big things can happen.
break.
And they did right there.
Our picks.
Mixon with a first down carry.
Can they punch it? Because
Here we'll get it down to the
2nd and 6, and he's still got first
Calling
down
a gain
at
of
1
4
yard
on
line.
first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Is this 4th down territory? If it's 4th and 1, do they go for it?
2nd and 6 with
4th
the
and
ball
6,
on the
would they go
7.
for it? I'm going to say they have to. Being down by
They're
2
passing
scores.
here, Joe Burrow.
Oh, he's running. He's...
Eluding the pressure right.
So now it's
And he'll
33.
slide to a halt
32.
here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Big 3rd down here. If they can just get to the 1, they'll get a first down.
They'll look to
And he's
throw.
sacked.
Under pressure,
Now,
down he goes.
a field goal
Sacked at the
and
10.
it's an 11-point game.
And the defense
And still
coming
2
through on
possessions.
3rd down.
I said they have to go for it.
7 to bring
Denver
it
has to go
forward.
for it.
Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success.
Yeah, you could
Finally,
see the guy
defensive coordinator
get away
found
from
some
his
success of
blocker.
his own.
I think he just
And
simply said
Burrow
enough
had
of that.
no
Okay, we
chance.
moved the ball well. We
Plus,
need to
if
force the issue from our
Burrow
end, and
is
that's
defeating
exactly
them
what he did.
slide. Oh, they're going.
So on 4th down, off
I know they
goes
still got
Burrow.
plenty of time
Comes
to get
Evan
11 points,
McPherson
but
for the Bengal field goal.
up and good. So we'll be right. I'll be right back.
Kick is good.
Hang in there, keep
And a
watching.
second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Here's McPherson now to send it away.
And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at about the 31. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Cincinnati set to take over once again.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson.
Oh, man, what did I miss?
On the return is Spencer.
He actually got a touchdown. Go use the bathroom for
down shy of the 20.
I'm guessing a pick 6 and they got the 2-point conversion.
Denver's offense now
Yeah,
set to go.
interception.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender,
So this game just got heated up. Interesting now.
Hey, he picked off the
With
last one. What you gonna do about it now?
39 left in the game.
But throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all,
Sometimes Mother
it could
Nature
end up
calls
in
and you
enemy's
miss
hands
the big
again.
plays. It is what it is.
Now Gordon
Oh, come
on
on.
1st down. He'll be dropped
I
at the
still have a heavy heart
25 after
for
a
Melvin
gain
Gordon.
of 6.
But like for the most part, the momentum meter on top is been in Denver's favor. And now it's backed off a little bit.
The coach is gonna say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire
So we'll see.
week.
We'll watch Denver's drive here, and then we'll go into the games for the week.
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach.
See if
He's in
Denver
big
can
trouble.
actually extend that
He'll
lead
be
again.
upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Oh,
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation and taking
big
care of the
3rd and 1
football
for Denver.
paramount, and he got it done.
They
Nursing
get
that
the
slim
first
lead,
down. They
you're
can
exactly
milk
right.
some more
Hold
time
on to
off that
ball.
clock.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances
Play
thus
action.
far. They're up against a 3rd and 1
And
situation.
oh, he hits it wide open.
He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll be taken
Now
down,
they
but not before they work it
milk
across
that clock.
midfield.
And that certainly appears
They
to be
need a
critical
touchdown
conversion
to
right
keep
there,
that
because
10-point
not only do they
lead.
keep the drive going,
Oh.
they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Wide open too, and it's oh man, just watching your defense give up a big play like that, especially on 3rd down.
So they'll come up
It's
in
a
Bengals
big
territory
punch
now
in
with
the
a
gut.
1st and 10 at the 46. They'll hand it off now.
Oh man,
Williams.
he is. Ooh.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you?
Man,
You're taking charge.
Can't wait for that.
They'll keep it
Gordon.
on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the
That's all right.
34-yard line.
Well, it
We
is
got
good
plenty
business
of
to
time.
analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage,
another handoff to get some more time off that clock.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves
so
him 2 to
last
go
week,
second down.
I went 9-5, I believe.
Those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty
yep,
run,
9-5. So I bounced back. A little setback compared to week 13. But here we go. We're 16 games now. Last 4 weeks of the season. No more buys. Everyone's playing, hopefully.
Now he's flushed out left.
And I am 124 and 83 overall with a 60% accuracy. So I take that. That's still failing though. In my opinion, 60% is failing.
Similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right?
Let's hope we finish strong. And it's going to be tricky, especially with COVID protocol. So, this is what the games look like for week 15. Heading into Thursday Night Football, we got Kansas City at LA Chargers. We got
on the counter. Here's Gordon.
2 Saturday games since college football is done with, except for bowl season.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess
we got
what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive
the
coordinator,
NFL's now
I'd like to keep carrying it, thank
3
you.
weeks. Saturday games on the first.
Now a second down and 6.
Real quick. No, the next 2 weeks they got Saturday games. This week and Christmas. But anyways, we got the Las Vegas at Cleveland. Cleveland's going to play back-to-back Saturday games. It's not fair. Anyways, we got Las Vegas at Cleveland and New England at Indianapolis. Sunday, early games. We got Carolina at Buffalo, Arizona at Detroit, New York Jets at Miami, Dallas at New York Giants, Washington at Philly, Philadelphia, Tennessee at Pittsburgh, Houston at Jacksonville.
It's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league that throw is not for every quarterback because you really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into.
Late games on Sunday, we got Cincinnati at Denver, Atlanta at San Francisco, Seattle at Los Angeles, LA Rams.
The kicker in a big spot here.
Green Bay at Baltimore. Sunday night, we got New Orleans at Tampa Bay, and Monday Night Football, we got Minnesota at Chicago.
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, great.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. On the return, Phillips. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And teams with their currently have. Holy moly.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. He has been a factor in a multitude of ways. Over 100 yards rushing. He's approaching that number in the receiving category, too.
And you know what? I've always respected guys who can have these types of games. As a runner, you're going through a pile. People are raking at the football all the time. Your hands take a beating. Okay, and to be able to still go out and catch the football.
Only 5 teams have no players on active list.
He's been dynamite in this game so far. We'll see defensively if they have an answer, because they need to come up with something.
Oh, you don't want to do that. Anyways, let's get back to my picks for the week. Cincinnati down by 6 with about 7 minutes left in the game. So Thursday night, Kansas City at LA Chargers. The Chargers had a huge upset. Was that week 3 in Kansas City, where Kansas City was just, you know, maybe that Super Bowl hangover, long off season, and just like, wow, their defense sucks. But now their defense is actually getting on a roll. They've won 6 in a row. And I know Kansas City didn't forget what happened in that game against the Chargers earlier in the season. So I'm pretty sure Kansas City's going to come back and take care of San Diego. Keep going on San Diego. The LA Chargers.
That was a pretty good job
Just,
defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think
Chargers have been up and down this season. And I think Kansas City's going to come to town. They're rolling, they're red hot, but yet short week, you never know, but I'm still taking Kansas City. Saturday, Las Vegas at Cleveland. Just looking at how many players come to COVID list for Cleveland. And Cleveland's been up and down too. I'm going with the Raiders here. I'm going with Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas can pull it off, and they'll take care of business in Cleveland. I don't know how many people thought Cleveland was going to be Super Bowl bound or at least contending for the Super Bowl this year, but but it ain't happening. And then the Saturday late game, New England and Indianapolis. I would love to see Indianapolis win. Okay? But I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a similar game like what happened with Indianapolis versus Tampa Bay earlier in the year. That Indianapolis can take control, but then for some reason they just don't hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor. And I think New England will take care of business and they'll get the W. I expect a close game. I don't know about high scoring, but at least a close game. And we move to Sunday, Carolina at Buffalo. Buffalo has had a rough 2 weeks with New England running all over them and then losing in overtime against Tampa Bay. But I think being back at home, they turn things back around, and Carolina has been another up and down team. And I think we all know Buffalo's a better team, and they need to show it. And I think they'll take care of business. They'll beat Carolina at home. Arizona at Detroit, come on. Arizona just fell short last week on Monday night. That was a divisional foe. Detroit Lions, they are a feisty team, but Arizona is the more complete team. Oh, Burrow just threw a costly interception late in the game. So, Arizona, the other team, even though it's really kicked off for them. New York Jets at Miami. Miami's also been running with a hot hand, and I think they'll take care of business in this one of those division games. But give me Miami. Dallas at the New York Giants. Same thing. The Giants. The Giants didn't fire their head coach. They fired their offensive coordinator, Jason Garrett. But you all know Dallas is the better team, the superior team, the team that's going to win the East. The Giants are just Giants. For the Broncos here as they come up first and 10, right at Saquon Barkley has turned out to be a bust so far this year, and so far in his career, in my mind, just because of injuries. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up but Dallas, I think, will take care of business and take out the Giants. Another NFC East matchup, Washington at Philly. I don't know anymore. I'm leaning towards Washington, but with all those players in protocol, I don't know. To throw on 2nd and 6. And you know what? We're gonna flip it around this time. We're gonna take the Eagles. We're gonna take Philly over Washington. Give me those Eagles. Just because of the East matchup and the protocol, COVID. Let's go with Philly. Tennessee at Pittsburgh. Tennessee's the better team. We all know this. We all saw what happened. Pittsburgh had a chance to make a comeback
And that's
and
chipped down to Gordon.
tie that game against Minnesota last week.
Inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play there on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball, let him do his
I know
thing, and then
it's
get it out to him on the left side.
but give
and he did
me
exactly
the Titans.
that.
Tennessee
Excellent
needs to
run
prove
after the catch.
why they are a playoff-bound team, why they are going to contend for the AFC title, and by taking out the Steelers in their own home turf in the middle of December, they need a statement game, and this is one of those. The battle for third pick and second pick in the NFL draft. Houston at Jacksonville.
As we get your reset here, they've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Oh, touchdown! I don't know.
And he is into the end zone.
Houston won week 1 against Jacksonville and lost until they played.
14 yards. And the Broncos push forward in front.
It would be real easy to say that they are
And
firmly in control right
no.
now, but I'm looking at your face.
This is what I
thinking
don't
I gotta
really
be
care.
careful with that.
But since, maybe they'll have motivation in Jacksonville, I'm going to Jacksonville.
Relatively easily now.
And that's the end of our early games. Late game, Cincinnati at Denver.
Can't give up anything cheap and easy.
Oh, they're going for 2. Okay, because 2
Now
touchdowns.
Bridgewater will lead the troops up
I
to go
think
for 2.
I'm leaning towards Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is a
They're
better
gonna give
and
it to
complete
Gordon.
team.
Gordon loses the football. It's loose.
I think Cincinnati is the more complete team. I'm going with Cincinnati. I know Matt says otherwise right now, but I'm going with the Bengals. Give me the Bengals over Denver.
Because a lot of teams play you for the pass.
So we'll see.
So you spread people out, decide to run the football.
Atlanta, San Francisco.
San
Francisco. Enough said. Seattle, LA Rams. Woo. No, I'm sticking with the Rams. Even with all those players in protocol, give me the Rams. Green Bay at Baltimore. You know who I'm going to pick. Give me the Pack.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Sunday Night Football, New Orleans at Tampa Bay.
And beyond the 20, but
And New Orleans beat them early in the season, but I'm hoping Tampa Bay can, we got this.
So Burrow
And last but not least, Monday Night Football, Minnesota at Chicago. I'm going with the upset here, and I'm going with the Bears. And if the Bears played like they did against the Packers and played for 60 minutes against Minnesota, the Bears are going to win. So there's that. Those are my picks. I forget what was my lock. I think I'll look it up in there. But there you go. Those are my picks. Let's hope we go 16 though. Right? There's always a chance first.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Oh, my lock was Buffalo
3
over
yards to
Carolina.
gain there, 2nd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
We are under 2 minutes. Cincinnati needs 2 scores, and they have all 3 timeouts.
Burrow.
And he's sacked. And he's timeout. No. Yep, they take him out.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
So, looking ahead to next week, week 16. Man,
So
it feels like
that'll
just
leave
yesterday.
Burrow and the Bengals with a
Big 3rd
and
down,
long
though.
after that sack we just saw.
Burrow from shotgun.
Here's Burrow.
Throws it. Incomplete. Here we go. They gotta go for it. 4th down. Team on the line.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown.
We got
But this game's over.
Festivus. 49ers at Tennessee. Christmas Day. Cleveland at Green Bay. And Indianapolis at Arizona. And that is going to be my game I simulate next week. Intercepted.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by
That will be the
Robert
game I
Downey.
simulate next
He's
week.
able to take this one back to the
Arizona
36-yard line.
huge playoff implications.
Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th.
Arizona seeding.
I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
But Monday night, Miami, New Orleans, Sunday night, Washington at Dallas. That's going to be a good one.
Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
So
and a few
next
kneel
week,
downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided.
Yeah. Well, we all know they're going to use their timeouts.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Madden is 8-7. Madden was on a great winning streak.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts.
Last 2 weeks.
They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
3 of the last 4 weeks, but prior to that, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. 6 out of 7, but now they've lost. Man,
they'll keep it on the ground. It's Gordon.
Now
the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I do have that. We're going to see Arizona a lot last 2 weeks, next 2 weeks, and then we'll go from there. But yeah.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try
Denver
to
just
defend
needs to
this
get a first down. Game is over.
Bridgewater to throw it.
Please. Oh my goodness.
And that will be
now they're going to kick a field goal.
Tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Would you imagine if Cincinnati blocks this and returns it for a touchdown?
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to make it a 3-score game late.
And then he gets a touchdown as time expires. Oh, he almost blocked it.
The kick by McManus is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Okay, so minute 15, to kick it away. All they had to do was get a first down. At the 5, 10, 15, 20.
Return Phillips.
And he gets about to the 23-yard line.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. They're down big here late.
So another stop by
Brian.
Denver's defense, and that's game. I just want this to turn. Don't get me wrong, I've been enjoying our time together, simulating Madden, playing Madden to the test, and talking some football all year long. But we're nearing the end.
Probably just want to put
Got
this
4
one
more
behind
regular
them.
season games. 3 more after this. And yeah.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And he catches it.
He will make the catch. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati.
They're going to have to hurry up.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. First down. Here's Burrow. He finds his man complete. That's Morgan.
Clock is ticking.
Inside the 15 he goes.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know
24,
they're saying don't give up
23,
any big plays
22,
now. They've
there's
controlled
no
this
hurry.
game throughout.
There's
and
no
all they
hurry.
want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays,
They'll have
you
to go
don't
for
react
2
as
plays.
fast as you should on all their throws.
To Mixon on the check
9
down.
seconds left, so
And
they
he is
have
out
to
of
get a
bounds,
touchdown.
getting it down to the 10. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
So they would
He's
need
been a
2 points
busy
at one
man here
point.
in this one, and they're showing off some nice
And,
footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course, you got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
2nd and 6 from the 10. Here's Burrow.
And that's game. Thank goodness.
This one down to Mixon. And the stop will
There we have it.
the 5
Man is predicting that Denver will hang on, win the game, take out the Bungles. I say otherwise. I think Cincinnati is going to go into Denver and get the W. But only time will tell. Have to wait till this Sunday to find out.
More of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half.
Stats.
They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got
Obviously,
it together.
as you can tell,
got
a whole different graphics
and then took off. It's really
compared
nice to watch in the second
Xbox
half.
One version. But here we go. We got Series S now. And that'll do it. So, like I said, Madden's predicting Denver gets the win. I say otherwise. Let's enjoy some football. Until next time, adios, muchachos.